Hey everyone. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and today's video I'm going to be doing a what I eat in a day, but it's going to be different than normal because I am only going to be eating 0-point foods on WeightWatchers. First of all, I don't know what's going on with my voice. I woke up this morning and it is like this. I think it's just kind of my allergies and everything. I've been keeping you guys updated about the accident that I was in about a week and a half ago now at this point, and honestly, haven't had any pain, any whiplash, anything like that. If anything, it has more just been the mental side of things and more just dealing with the actual replaying the incident in my head and just being nervous to drive, things like that. So it's been more on the mental side of it, and physically I have been feeling fine. That's been really good. I think going on walks and staying moving has really helped me, and especially to help clear my mind. But anyway, I'm gonna be bringing you guys along with me and sharing what meals I eat today, trying to only use 0-point foods on WeightWatchers. I know it's gonna be hard, but I kind of have an idea in my head just because I needed to plan out what ingredients I had for today and make sure that I had everything. I think I do have everything. The only thing I'm out of is apples, which I have one every single day. So I was gonna go to the store anyway to grab some, but I'm gonna head to the gym right now, and actually the gym is right next door to a grocery store. I'm just gonna run in and grab apples and anything else I may need there. Before I go, I am going to have a banana, which is 0 points on WeightWatchers. Technically, if you're on the diabetes mode, fruit isn't 0 points, but for me personally, it is, and I'm gonna be including that today because that's just how I track and what works for me. So I'm gonna have a banana for 0 points, and then I won't be able to have my protein coffee today because it's usually a Quest salted caramel protein shake, which is 3 points. So I do want to get some caffeine. I'm just going to do my normal pre-workout. I just do even like a half scoop of this, which I feel like is probably 50 milligrams of caffeine because the serving size is 2 scoops and it's a lot more, and I just never do that. But I do a little bit just to give me a boost. I'll put it in a glass of water like this. So actually I could just do that right now. But it's not any points on WeightWatchers, and this will help to give me a little bit of extra energy, and I want to make sure I have food in my stomach, so that's why I'm having the banana right now. Usually I do like a breakfast zucchini cookie or something, but I think the banana will work just fine. I'm gonna go ahead and drink this and have my banana. Then I'm just gonna do a quick leg day at the gym today. And then the plan is actually to get our garden set up as well. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of that and keep you updated with that as well. But I'll be bringing you guys along today to show you how I do this. This is just for fun. I know sometimes people say that they need like a reset 0-point day and that like helps reset their body or something like that. I don't know. But the reason I'm doing this video is just for fun, to get creative with 0-point foods and show that you can incorporate them. I don't think this is something I would do consistently, do like 0-point days like this, just because I really like my breads and pastas and cheeses and sauces, and I like to incorporate them in moderation. So because those aren't 0 points, I do have some things I'll be using that are today, but I'll show you as we get there, and I'm gonna go ahead and head to the gym. So if you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it, and let's go ahead and get started. I always spend the first few minutes petting the dogs to wake up, and Pluto was loving it today. He definitely wanted an ear rub, and Maggie wasn't really feeling it. She was off on her own, so Pluto got all the attention this morning. But after he was done getting his pets, I got packed up and headed to the gym, and it's actually been getting a lot busier now that it's summer, so I wasn't really able to film much. I only got this one clip. I thought I would just quickly walk through what I did today though. I started with a warm-up and some Smith machine squats. Then I did calf raises on the Smith machine and headed over to the leg press, which is what I'm doing here. After the leg press, I went over to the free weights and I did some heel elevated squats with a heavy dumbbell. Then after that, I did some more calf raises with a new machine that we recently got. And then I ended with some leg extensions. I've also really been making an effort to end my workouts with stretching, so I did that, and that was everything I did today. Okay, I just got done with my workout. It was a little bit busier today, so I didn't really get to film much of it, but I'm here with Adam. He came a little bit later, and now we are about to run into fresh time. I'm just gonna grab a couple 0-point foods so I have them in case my plan doesn't work out for the meals that I have planned for today, and if I need some extra things or if I'm feeling hungry. But like I mentioned earlier, I know I definitely need apples, so I'm gonna go grab some apples, and then we're actually gonna head to Menards to look at some plants. So we'll bring you guys with us. Okay, I just got back from the gym and I'm going to make myself some breakfast. So for breakfast today, I'm gonna take advantage of potatoes being 0 points, and I'm going to toss these in the microwave for like 3 or 4 minutes. Then I'm gonna chop them up and put some seasoning and toss them in the air fryer to get them a little bit crispy. And while those are cooking, I'm also going to be heating up some blackened chicken, which is also 0 points on WeightWatchers. So I just tossed this in the air fryer. I'm gonna do about 4 ounces. to get some extra protein. And then I've got some eggs that I'm gonna scramble up. So I'm gonna scramble 3 eggs for 0 points on Weight Watchers and just assemble this all together to make a breakfast bowl. Usually I would put cheese, but I can't because it's not 0 points and I don't prefer to use fat-free cheese, like a smaller serving that's 0 points. I'm just gonna not have it today, but normally I would add a little bit of cheese, and then I'm going to add some sriracha hot sauce to add some extra flavor. So also 0 points, and this is gonna be a nice filling breakfast. I am tracking everything in the Weight Watchers app today just to keep up with like calories and see where I'm at and make sure that everything is 0 points, but this will be 0 points for breakfast. It's about 548 calories and it's got 51 grams of protein. So that'll be nice and filling, especially because we're gonna be working outside on the garden today. And then really quickly, I just wanted to show you guys what I got from Fresh Time. So we needed more bananas. I got those. I got some sweet peppers because I'm planning to use these for my lunch, and they were actually on sale for 2 for $5. So they looked really good, and if anything, I'll just cut them up and make them into a veggie mix. I wanted some pickles for my snack plate that I'm gonna be having with lunch, so I got these Grillo's pickle chips, which are 0 points on Weight Watchers, and then I needed some apples, so I got some Cosmic Crisp apples. Then, not for this video today, but it was on sale. I always check the candy aisle because sometimes Skinny Dip goes on sale for really cheap at Fresh Time, and they have these dark chocolate salted caramels, which are, I think, 2 or 3 points, maybe 4. I need to double check the points even on them. I think it's 2 per piece. But anyway, they are usually like $6 or $7. They're $7 and they were on sale for 2 today. So I grabbed a bunch of bags of these, and I like to just pop them in the freezer and have them as a sweet treat. So I did stock up on these at Fresh Time, but that's everything I grabbed, and I'm gonna go ahead and make breakfast. Okay, here is my finished breakfast bowl. So this is 0 points on Weight Watchers. I've got the scrambled eggs, potatoes, and blackened chicken topped with some sriracha. So we just got back from the store. We got our plants for today, and I'm about to just quickly put them in their pots. It won't take too long, so we're gonna do that before we eat, because I feel like if I eat lunch, I'm not gonna wanna get up and come out and do this. So I'm gonna do this quickly and then make lunch. I feel like breakfast was pretty filling, but I'm starting to get a little bit hungry, and I swear it's one of those things where because I can't have bread today, I'm craving bread more than anything, and it just goes to show that balance really works on this journey, and restricting, especially for me personally, just has never worked. But again, this is just for fun with this video. I just wanted to do this to challenge myself to eat only 0 point foods for a day. So that's why I'm doing it, and I thought it would be fun. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my garden, and then I will be back with lunch. It is lunchtime right now. Sorry if you can hear my oven heating up in the background, but I'm actually going to use it for what I'm making today. Sticking with all of the 0 point foods, I've got the sweet peppers that I picked up earlier, and what I'm gonna do is cut them open and stuff them with some tuna and then bake them in the oven. So kind of going off of the imitation crab stuffed peppers I did the other day, but doing it using 0 point food. So I'm gonna strain this can of tuna, which is 0 points. I'm going to use some Chobani fat-free Greek yogurt, which is also 0 on WeightWatchers. And I feel like this helps give the tuna like a little bit of a cheesy flavor to it. It really does work well, especially if I do some other seasonings. So I'll add those with the tuna, and then I'll stuff the peppers and pop them in the oven. And since I'm already heating it up, I'm also going to take advantage of these being 0 points, and I'm just gonna put them on a tray and spray them with some quick nonstick spray as well as some seasonings. And I'm just gonna bake them in the oven to crisp them up and make them into like kind of chips, but they're gonna be just using these shredded hash brown potatoes. That'll be another part of my snack plate. I also have some grapes that are 0 points to add some sweetness. And then I've been craving pickles, so I got these fresh Grillo's pickle chips, which are also 0 points. So I'm gonna go ahead and assemble my snack plate. It's not too high in protein, but the tuna will help with that as well as the Greek yogurt. Okay, I finished up making my snack plate. I accidentally put too much Greek yogurt in the tuna, so I added a packet of the tuna as well, which usually I like to use the big cans anyway because they're more protein, so it worked out in the long run. But I stuffed some sweet peppers with the tuna, Greek yogurt, and seasoning. I've got these potato crispy hash brown things that I just popped in the air fryer to crisp up, and then I had extra tuna, so I just put it on the pickles that I was gonna eat, and I've got 0 points of grapes in the middle. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. It's a lot of food and it'll be filling, and then I'll be back with whatever I have next. Okay, I finished up working on some stuff and actually just walked the loop to get some extra steps in today. And I'm gonna have a quick snack before dinner. So I made some air pop popcorn, which is 0 points on WeightWatchers. I did use some of the movie theater butter spray and then a little bit of movie theater butter salt, the like kernel seasons that they have. So this will be 0 points. I'm not gonna eat all of it, but I'm just gonna snack on this for a little, make sure to have some water, and then it'll be dinner time. Okay, it is dinner time and I just got done cooking our meal for tonight. So this is what Adam and I are going to split. It's definitely a big serving, and it's because we each have a box of the Hearts of Palm pasta to ourselves, but each box is 0 points on WeightWatchers. I cooked up a pound of ground chicken, so we're each gonna have a ½ pound of ground chicken, which is definitely more than we would normally, but I'm just trying to hit my protein goals without having the cheese and stuff like that I usually would. So I did add some extra chicken because of that. And then I have a can of tomatoes that kind of turned into a little bit of a sauce on there. I did realize that a teaspoon of grated Parmesan is 0 points. So I put 2 teaspoons in there because divided in half, we'll each get a teaspoon serving. So that's technically 0. And then I just put some seasonings in there to make it flavorful. I'm excited to eat it. It honestly smells delicious, and it's been a while since we've had hearts of palm pasta. That is pretty hot right now. I'm gonna divide up our portions, but I'm also going to make some dessert. I honestly don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I was just trying to get creative with the different 0 point ingredients to make a 0 point dessert. So usually for something like this, I would use flour or something, but flour isn't 0 points. I'm going to use some unsweetened applesauce, which is 0. I think I'll use just a little bit of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. I'm gonna mash up some banana, which this one I'm not gonna be able to use at all because it has gone bad at the bottom, but I'll use half a banana pretty much. And then I was debating whether or not I would use my apple for this dessert, but I'm actually just gonna eat my apple right after dinner. And then for this dessert, I wanna make more of a berry type bake. So I'm gonna use these mixed berries from Walmart. They're just a freezer bag. So I'm gonna mix those in at the end once I mix all the other ingredients together. I'm also gonna use some old-fashioned oats, which are 0 points on WeightWatchers. I'm debating whether or not I was gonna use an egg to kind of bind this all together, but I don't know if that will be too much. So like I said, I'm just gonna kind of mix some things together, see what happens, and hopefully we get a good dessert out of this. But everything I'm gonna be using is 0 points, and I'm also gonna add in some cinnamon. Hopefully the banana and the applesauce add enough sweetness, but I think even with the mixed berries, it'll be good. Let's see how that goes. Whatever I do, I will leave the recipe down in the description, but I'm gonna go ahead and make that, and then we're gonna go ahead and eat some dinner. Okay, my berry oatmeal bake is done. I ended up baking it a little bit longer because I kind of wanted it to start getting brown on the bottom, which it did, and it ended up being in the oven about like 35 minutes or so. But this is 0 points on WeightWatchers. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try right now. So it's still pretty hot, but it did turn a little bit cake-like, as much as it could without having like flour and stuff. So I have to let this cool off for a sec. Okay, perfect timing for my battery to die too, but I've got the bite here and it's cooled off a little bit. So let's see how it is. Honestly, it would have been so good with my apple and cinnamon and stuff, but the mixed berries are delicious in there, and they definitely add a lot of sweetness to it. I think the banana and the applesauce definitely helped as well, but it's not a weird texture. I was kind of nervous about the egg making it like a weirder texture, but it kind of is like a cake. Like I said, it's still a little bit too hot, but I can lift it up just like this, and if I let it cool, I could probably make bars with this, which honestly, maybe this will become a new snack that I make before the gym, and I could just prep a big batch of them. Who knows? But this is actually really good, and especially for 0 points, doesn't even seem like it. I feel like with a little bit of like whipped cream or even Greek yogurt or ice cream, it would be really good as a topping because it is kind of like a fruity crumble. But it's really good, and I'm excited to finish eating that. But that's gonna wrap up my day of 0 point eating. So I used 0 out of 24 dailies today, which looks so weird, especially with the amount of ingredients I've tracked. It just goes to show how many 0 point foods you actually do have to track, and why WeightWatchers works better for me personally, because I don't track my 0 point foods usually. I just track the foods that have points, and then it's usually like 1 to 2 ingredients per meal. So it makes it easier for me to stay consistent, but it was interesting to do this today, and it was definitely a challenge for myself. I have been feeling more hungry today, and honestly more lethargic and just like tired. I feel like I've really noticed how much energy I do get from consuming carbs throughout the day, whether it's rice or pasta or just different means of that. So I ended the day having a total of 1,992 calories today, which is pretty normal where I usually am at. I had 50 grams of fat, which is actually on the higher end. I thought it'd be lower without having cheese and stuff today, but I guess with eggs, that definitely could have upped that. I had 233 carbs and then 159 grams of protein. So definitely pretty close to my protein goal, which was good. I was nervous about that. But overall, it was a good day of eating. It was definitely a challenge to not be able to use different ingredients. And honestly, it made me think about how much I just kind of go and have a snack every now and then, because even like Adam had tortilla chips out earlier and I just wanted to have like 1 or 2 of them. And I was thinking like, technically it probably was 0 points to have 1 or 2, but with the challenge of this video, I wanted to stick to it and just having 0 point foods today. And I realized how much I kind of missed out on little snacks here and there. But honestly, looking at my numbers, my carbs weren't bad. Everything was good for the day. I think I was also just tired without my protein coffee. But anyway, I had fun doing this. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I feel like I got some good recipes out of it and it got me to get a little bit more creative in the kitchen today, although it was very simple because I had limited amount of ingredients I could use for 0 points. So it was fun to get creative with this. I would definitely do this again for fun. I don't recommend just doing 0 point days for no reason. This was just a fun thing that I've actually been asked to do this for a while now and I don't know why it took me so long. I think I was just nervous to figure it out. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you next time.